So let's say that you're done with your research and now it is the moment for you to disseminate the information or to pass out the information to the population. So how do we do the passing or just disseminating the information that we have gotten in our research? So one way of doing that is by publication. The other way is you hold the workshops, you hold the seminars, and then now you tell people, you explain your work, you demonstrate your work to the people, and then they're able to get the significant or the role that your research played while you were carrying out. We don't carry things which are not like playing a role or bringing change, providing information and solution to what we are passing, the challenges and the problems that we are passing through in our societies or in our nations, our countries, or over the world. We try to solve them through research. So I'm going to talk about now publication. So there are different platforms where you can publish your papers, and these are your articles or in the journals. So there are very many journals, thousands of journals across the world which you can use to publish your work. But we are talking about quality journals, and these come through the peer-reviewed journals. These are the journals whereby you send your work and they have their editors who are able to go through your work and see if you met those standards, if you are passing an information. So they go through your work and this one you don't know the person who is going through your work. So they usually go through your work and rectify each and everything, and then they get back to you. So how will you increase your chances of your papers or your articles, manuscript being published in a journal, a reputable journal, a highly peer-reviewed journal? So one, make sure that when you are carrying out research, make sure that the work that you are carrying out is novel or it is new. No one has looked into that work. It is you who is looking into it, so that you increase, you get 100% of your paper being published. Because if you carry out research which has been overdone, yes, it could be done in other areas, and then you want to do it in your place, but it is overdone. Just make sure that the research that you're tackling is a new area. No one has tackled it. It is unique, and it is bringing advantages, and it is bringing new knowledge, new information in that area that you're studying. This, when you bring new idea, this one increase or give you 100% of your paper being published. The other thing is make sure that you go to the website of that journal, go through their guidelines. They give out their format. Different journals want a different format of their papers or the articles that they are going to publish. So they have certain guidelines which give you which font they require, how many pages maximum and minimum, how many words minimum and maximum also, because they know which guidelines do they want. And then you will be able to see in the guidelines how do you place, let's say you have tables, you have figures, and you have maybe if you are conducting an experiment, maybe you have other things. So you will go through their guidelines so that it can give you an outline of what they want, so that you can follow very well and be able to provide to them an article which meets their standard. So don't blindly just develop a paper and then because you have heard of that journal, you just go and then you send. No, your paper will be rejected. Even though your work is new, it has not been looked into. It is new information, new knowledge that you're giving out. they're not going to publish it because you have not followed their format. So before you submit any paper, ensure that you see their guidelines, read them carefully, and then you now match or restructure your paper to the guidelines that they want. The other thing is when you are writing your research or when you are writing your papers, you need to ensure that those people who are well known, who have done research in the area that you are looking into, they make sure that you have them, you have cited them in your work, because it won't, like, if they read your paper and then they don't find those people who have really done a lot of work in that, they have specialized in that work that you have also looked into, those are cases which might make your paper not to be accepted, and then you will be wondering what happened to my paper, and I wrote something good. So it's not your paper, but you missed out to cite those people who have contributed, specialized in the area that you are looking into. So before you give out your paper to be published, ensure that you have this kind of authors who have really contributed a lot and largely in the area that you're looking into. The other thing is the work that you're publishing, or the work that you want to be published, it has not, that one I've talked about, it has not been done by anyone. It has not been published by anyone. So that one a must, because this one, if you do work which has been done by other people, it is going to be rejected. The other thing is ensure that when you are sending your specific to the specific article, don't send to this the same paper to one article and then you stay maybe 1 month, they have not communicated to you, you decide to send the same paper to another journal. That one will lead into disqualification, rejection of your paper. It is not that it is bad, but because you have done what you call injustice, because what will happen if the two like accept your paper and then they publish? So to avoid that, they usually, if you have send it to another journal for like for like consideration for publication, it will be rejected, because that is it will be published. If they proceed and publish, it will be like against the rules of, or the standards or the rules of publication. So when you are sending, be patient and communicate with this journal. If you see your paper is really delaying, maybe you need to reach out and then you ask question about it. So those are simple things, but they really contribute highly to your paper being accepted for publication.